Wilson, Mississippi Mortgage Bankers Board President. Today, we get to feature our April member spotlight. This member has a smile and attitude that is contagious and can lift up any room that she enters. Her work ethic is simply second to none, and she is honestly one of the best mortgage bankers I know. Not only that, she currently serves as the vice president of the Mississippi Mortgage Bankers Association, as well as received the 2020 Mortgage Bankers of the Year award. Without any introduction really needed, I think everyone knows what I'm talking about, but please help me welcome Ms. Sheila Thomas. Sheila, welcome, and thank you for spending a few minutes with us today.
Thank you so much, Matt. This is such an honor, and I appreciate you thinking of me. I appreciate it.
Well, of course. All right, Sheila, so without answering the first question I have with working, what can we find you doing on the weekend?
Matt, I am such a family person. On weekends, you'll probably find me hanging out with my siblings. I'm the oldest of three girls and their family. So we're always celebrating something. Birthdays. We have a graduation coming up this year with a niece. So that's a big deal. So we're always celebrating something. So I'm hanging out with my family most of the time. Yeah.
Isn't it funny though? Sometimes like hanging out with family is tiring, but it's the most relaxing. It's tiring and relaxing all at the same time. It can really re-energize you just spending 3 or 4 hours with nieces and nephews and siblings and parents every moment you can. So it's always amazing that, because I know my nephews and my nieces, they wear me out. I'm just like yours, but I mean, I'm so much refreshed and recharged after spending a few hours with them.
Matt, you're so right. Actually, my nieces and nephews are kind of like my surrogate kids. So they do drain me. I love them to death, but I'm always there for them. I'm almost like a second mom. So I really enjoy them, but you're right. They can be taxing sometimes.
And they are truly blessed to have you as an aunt. I know that for sure. Well, Sheila, tell us a little something that we don't know about you. We know that you are one of the best mortgage bankers in the town. We know that, again, your work ethic is just incredible. And you're such a loyal and friend to anybody that comes across you. So we know so much about you, but tell us something that we don't know about you.
Well, I guess that would be that I love gospel music. I wouldn't say I'm the lead singer type, but I can back you up with almost any gospel song. I love gospel music. And actually, over the past 20 years or so, I've been in and out of a local gospel group in my hometown community, kind of a community choir. But I love gospel music. And most people wouldn't know that if you saw me, but I do.
So can we get you to sing at the next meeting?
No. I am not a lead singer. I wouldn't get that. Not the lead singer voice, but I do love it. And I sing background off and on for the last 20 years or so on a choir. But no song today.
No song today. That's something I will work on. That's on my bucket list now, is to get you to sing. So congratulations.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Sheila, take us tell us all the roles that you have played in the mortgage industry, because I want to emphasize that before I ask my next question.
Well, I have a 28-year history within the mortgage industry doing, starting out, I promise you, I started out as a processor. So I've done everything over the years. I've processed, I've originated, I've underwritten, I've done closing. I'm doing post-closing now for a little bit. So I've done everything. I mean, I tell everybody, I've done everything in the mortgage industry almost at some point during my career. I've done it all at some point and still doing a little bit of everything now, as you could probably tell from my previous phone call. But so I've done a lot of different jobs. None of it is unknown to me, not even the secondary marketing side of it. So I take pride that I've had the opportunity to learn so much over the years.
Okay. With that knowledge, I want to ask you a question. If you had somebody that was going to come into the mortgage business, since you have both the sales sides and the operation sides,
mm-hmm.
could you give a pro and con for each side? if they came to you and says, Sheila, I'm thinking about going into the mortgage business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What about on the what about on the support side? What about on the sales side?
Well, I think the sales side, well, I think you have to be suited for both sides. The sales side to me is more personality driven. You have to be outgoing. You have to be knowledgeable about products and services. You have to be customer oriented. If you don't have those characteristics, I don't think you'll do well on the sales side. But you kind of have to have that going for you. You have to respond to customers. You have to be trustworthy. You have to have an outgoing personality to draw people to you. If you don't have those characteristics, you're going to struggle a little bit on the sales side. The operational side is a little different. You have to be a little bit more detail oriented, I think. You have to know guidelines. You have to be able to have access to resources if you don't know the answer to questions. So it's a little bit more knowledge-based, detail-oriented based. So if you're not a detail person, maybe you won't do so well on the operational side, I think. But if you can be a person that can come together and have a little bit of all of that, you could be a great mortgage banker, I think, or mortgage professional. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Sheila, like you said, you've had experience in all of it. With the COVID overlays, pretty much in effect for a year now, which ones do you see as an ongoing overlay? Because we all know that agencies are kind of famous for, we're going to put this as a temporary overlay, and we all get used to them, and then they're like, all right, we're just going to keep them going. Which ones do you see as a one that they might keep on going, and which one have you as a underwriter think we should keep on going?
Well, I really think possibly the ones that have to do with probably more so of the self-employed borrower, maybe they may stick around a little bit more. I have to say a lot of them have been relaxed. A lot of investors have been relaxing their COVID-19 overlays a little bit, which is good. A lot of them have. But I think the ones that have to do with the self-employed borrowers may stick around a little bit, only because it just gives us a little bit more security in approving, the self-employed borrower, especially as it has to do with documenting year-to-date income. So yeah, I think those may stick around a little bit longer, but for the most part, they are loosening up a little bit. I'm seeing.
Yeah, and I agree with you on the self-employed. I mean, FHA was kind of heading in that direction. Ever since I had to get a profit loss statement, for 3 years now with them.
Right.
Kind of heading in that direction anyway. So I agree with you. I think the self-employed might be incorporated, which might be a good thing. It's one of those things that we're all coming accustomed to. It's one of those things that we all had to learn pretty much overnight. There's nothing unusual about that in the mortgage business. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. So, Sheila, tell me, what has being part of the Mississippi Mortgage Bankers Association meant to you and to your career?
I have to say, being active in mortgage bankers, I've been involved for several years now, but being active over the last several years has given me an invaluable community of mortgage professionals that I can share information and exchange information with. It's amazing to me how we come together, we exchange information, competitors, as I think has been mentioned before, affiliates, as in the MI companies, the title companies, how we can all come together to exchange information and to help each other out. So I look forward to having that community of individuals that I can pull from information if I need it. If I have a question, if I have a problem, I always got somebody I can call who's a member of our group. So for that, I think that's invaluable to my career and to anyone else's.
You're exactly right. I mean, again, it just goes back to the resources that we have readily available to us. Which, speaking of resources, even before you and I became on this board together, You were somebody that we've never worked in the same company before, but you were somebody that every time I had a chance to bend your ear, I would do it just for advice or for, guidance or help or, just anything. You're always welcoming. I thank you so much for that. So with everything that we got going on right now, still with dealing with COVID, we have, still record-breaking deals in production going on right now. And it's just a lot on everybody from, the support side to the servicing side to the originating. Why don't you give us some of that famous Sheila wisdom and advice? What would you tell everyone right now on, just the current status, where we're at and where we're going?
I think we're going to have to pace ourselves. I mean, last year was unreal. I think we can all agree with that in terms of volume and dealing with COVID restrictions, overlays, and working from home and all of that entailed. So last year was unprecedented for everyone. I think 2021 and going forward, we need to all just kind of try to make sure that we make enough time for ourselves, get a little rest. I don't know about you, but I'm still tired from last year. Get a little rest, make sure that we pace ourselves, and we'll be fine. Just keep up on the changes with overlays, with guidance from investors and with the agencies, and we're going to be all right. Join the Mortgage Bankers Association. Join our organization so you can stay abreast of all the new updates. I will suggest that you do that and try to enjoy ourselves. That's all we can do to try to get through this year, get through COVID, and live long and prosperous lives.
Yeah. And Sheila, that advice is why everyone deeply respects you and deeply loves you and is so appreciative of everything that you do for our organization. I know that being the vice president, I have called on you so many times to just, throw ideas at you, and you are just always there to help in any capacity that you can, and we're so appreciative of it. So thank you for taking some time with us today. Thank you for doing everything that you do, and we are, like I said at the meeting last month, we've seen some light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting a little mixture together for May. So hopefully we're going to get to see each other in person again. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for taking time to watch this video. Next month, we will feature another affiliate and another member. Hope to see you then. Thank you.